which is a great place to be. Are you in the locker room? Like, you giving like the Any Given Sunday Inches Al Pacino speech? Are we there yet?
Oh yeah, I think we've been there. We're gonna have a long talk with Rob today about the 99-199 issue from last week. Like, I just don't get how he is still employed. We gotta talk to ownership about that one. Yeah.
The Smiley Show, only on SportsGrid.
They're also showing a little bit more propensity to take the pull-up jumper, which I think is important for them. Aiden Holloway's been better. Grant Nelson's staying out of foul trouble. Clifford Murray is attacking the offensive boards and being the defensive threat that they need. If Alabama can defend, and they make a run, and they win the SEC tournament, I think they're the fourth number one seed.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
That is also value to be the best player on the best team. To me, it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There is no doubt about it.
The Nuggets probably going to finish, second overall in the conference here, and it's not going to get him the MVP. We'll see how it is down the stretch, and I assume this is going to tighten up, but barring a huge drop-off for OKC as a team, not just SGA, you could probably pencil him in for 30 a night.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is Sports Rage. I am Gabriel Morency. The pits, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust up, and everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. The Thursday night throwdown has begun. The countdown continues to the Final Four, men's and women's. But we've got basketball going on right now as we speak, including the NIT Championship as they're throwing it down at the Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, home of the Butler Bulldogs. UC Irvine and Chattanooga. Listen, this NIT tournament has been super close the entire tournament, and especially since they've gotten to Indianapolis as well. We've seen really close games. The other night, Loyola Chicago and Chattanooga was tied with a couple of seconds left. Chattanooga ended up winning the basketball game. Irvine and North Texas was a 2-point game, 69-67. So we're not surprised that it's as close as it is right now, 38-37 at the half. Chattanooga had the lead, 38-37 at the half. UC Irvine are currently minus 140 on the money line because they were 3-point favorites at closing time. Total is 152.5 right now. And you figure, well, you know what? UC Irvine play defense, and this game's not going to go over the number. I didn't play the total before, but I also didn't play the Cincinnati UCF total earlier, and I jumped on in-game. Fortunately, I did. I hate myself for just not taking UCF plus the points. I got cute and took Cincinnati on the money line. UCF go to the crown of the court, crown of college basketball, whatever the hell it's called. The college basketball crown. That's what the tournament's actually called. College basketball crown. It's a dumb name. It is what it is. So they're into the final. UCF knock off the Cincinnati Bearcats, and they're rolling on right now. So this tournament continues. Where they are into the semifinals now, in Villanova and USC are playing right now. It's 2020, and there's 8 minutes left in the first half. We laid the points with Villanova. I hate laying points. The other night I laid points. What was it the other day? I laid 8 points with one of these teams. It was Villanova against Butler. I laid 8. They won by 7. Right. So tonight, I got them -4. Watched them win by 3. But nevertheless, Villanova. I didn't want to play the money line. It was too high. That's why I put them in the parlay. But I lost the first leg of the parlay. So we did pull the trigger on the over this game as well. And it's 151.5 right now, which is pretty much what I got. I bet over 149. I got Villanova -4 and over 149. It's 21-20 for USC right now, 8 minutes left. It's kind of confusing. And why are these people playing at the same time? Like, seriously. You know what I mean? Like, you got the crowd of the court and the NIT going on at the same time. Like, couldn't you have figured it out? Right? You know what I mean? What it is, there's different networks, right, that have these games. ESPN's got the NIT, and Fox has got the crowd of the court. So they're going head-to-head with this. But, you know, you figure, I don't know, you got all week with this stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, I want to watch them both. And I got my eye on the Villanova-USC game right now, but I am watching the UC Irvine game. We're at the half right now. I'm on Irvine to win a basketball game, and we pulled the trigger on the in-game over of that one. We got the same number that we didn't take before closing time. It's, what do I got? 146 and a half. 146 and a half in the, that's what I bet, and it's currently, the Irvine total is currently 152 and a half. And, yeah, we're in on UC Irvine. You know what? I didn't get to play. I'm just looking right now, and I didn't pull it. See, there's so many games going on. My head is spinning. I was going to play it, and I said, yeah, you know what? I'll wait and see if it comes down a little bit. It didn't come down. It went up. 152 and a half right now. Chattanooga and UC Irvine. One thing, there's going to be fouls with these teams, right? So it's a little high. You know, it was 145, 146 right before tip-off. A little high right now, 152 and a half, but I think it's probably still going to get there. Even though Irvine aren't known for being a high-scoring team, they can still score when they have to. And Chattanooga like to push the pace. There's going to be fouls. It's a championship game. As long as it's not too close late, which it probably will be, and they're not fouling. But I think it goes over to 152 and a half if you're just jumping in right now. And you're joining us on the SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. We've been in such a college basketball frame of mind for the last couple of weeks. You know, guys are going off in the NBA. Nikola Jokic, of course, is, you know, just killing it on a nightly basis. And there's been some good stuff. And, you know, we're just sort of waiting for the playoffs. And then we'll be all in. NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, and the Montreal Canadiens take a step closer to making the NHL playoffs tonight with a victory over the Boston Bruins. But we got the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers coming up here tonight. Two big-time teams. Everybody's playing, so it's actually a real game. The Lakers need to win basketball games. The Lakers won the other night against the red-hot Houston Rockets. Remember, the Rockets were 12-1 in the 13 games. We did take the Lakers in that game. And it's almost like we're playing with fire, trying to rob the same bank, you know, 2 times in a row. You got to mix it up. Go to a different neighborhood. Rob a different bank. You know, it's like robbing the same bank 2 days in a row here. Going back to the Lakers once again. I mean, let's be real. This game's just a complete toss-up tonight. But getting the Lakers, you know, basically at a pick 'em. I got the, you know, basically Lakers minus 115 on the money line. And the Lakers don't want to fall out of where they are right now. You got Denver right there. They're tied with Denver as we speak right now. And you got the Golden State Warriors right there as well. If the Warriors win, they could potentially pass one of these teams. You want to hang on to the top 4 and at least get home court, not have to go on the road and do that 5-4 road thing. So big game for both, actually. So you know, it's going to be a competitive game. The total feels a little high at 230.5. And you guys know I'm a sucker. I'm a lemon. You can put tariffs on me. I'm a lemon because, man, I like to squeeze those overs even if they're not going to hit. And even I'm like, I don't know about that 230.5. Lakers really aren't an over team, right? Like, one thing with the Lakers, the first half of Laker games are usually higher scoring, right? Like you'll be surprised. You'll be like, oh, the Lakers, it's actually pretty high scoring by Lakers standards. And then by the midway through the third quarter, Luka and LeBron start slowing down. Luka is not known for his cardio, number one. And number two, LeBron's 40 years old. All right. So it's not surprising by the time we get to the fourth quarter, you know, the pace is slowing down a little bit. But big time game. The Rockets right now, 3 games up on the Lakers. It's funny. The Lakers get talked about too much by ESPN and by national media types, and it gets annoying. NBA media are very annoying. I get it. But what I don't get is there's so much negativity about the Lakers. Like Charles Barkley all year, the Lakers are terrible. Lakers suck. Lakers are the 3 seed in the Western Conference right now. What do you want them to be? You want to be the best team and win, like, what do you want? They win 70 games? You know what I mean? Like, I don't, everybody laughed about J.J. Redick. Oh, J.J. Redick. Well, J.J. Redick right now is doing a pretty good job, isn't he? Right? So I don't really get I get it in a sense that the Lakers, I guess, the Lakers just annoy people. So I understand. It's like the Dallas Cowboys or something like that. Or even potentially the Los Angeles Dodgers at some point, but the media doesn't really talk about baseball. The Lakers are actually having a good year. I mean, what do you offer them? They pulled this blockbuster deal. They got freaking Luka Doncic on the team, and they're the 3 seed in the West. Yet there's sort of this like aura about them that somehow it hasn't been a good year, or like, oh, the Lakers. Oh, look, the Lakers lost. Oh, the wheels are falling off because they lost a couple of games on the road. It's like, yeah, whatever, dude, right? It's all about the playoffs, and the playoffs are around the corner, and the Western Conference is going to be lit. It's going to be freaking lit in the NBA this year. You can make a legitimate argument for all these teams. Not to mention the Warriors never lose since Jimmy Butler got here, basically. They lost twice with him and Curry in a lineup. Let's do this thing.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Pages. Let's get lucky.
This is SportsRage, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159, a Thursday night throwdown. I am Gabriel Morency. The Lakers and the Warriors. It's funny, I just said right before tip-off, I said one thing with the Laker games, they're always like super high scoring early, and you think, wow, I didn't expect this. And it does eventually slow down, but this is wild. They haven't missed any shots. Like either team is just like, you know, shot. Like everything is falling for them. It's 12-12. You know, they played less than 3 minutes. They've already put up 24 combined points, which is pretty wild. The total's up to 238.5 right now. And I've been burnt, though, a couple of times this year chasing Laker totals. And it does slow down. Like I said, Luka's cardio slows down late. And LeBron's older. They slow the pace down a little bit as the game goes on. But this pace of this game, it's like an all-star game. Like they're really just, it's like dunks, three-point shots, back and forth. So 14-12 Lakers right now. Lakers minus 125 on a money line total 238.5. 23-23 Nova and USC at the college basketball crown. This thing has slowed down a lot as far as the scoring. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. 23-23 in-game total 140.5. Nova minus 3.5. And UC Irvine and Chattanooga. Second half has started. UC Irvine up 3 right now. They were down 1 at the break. They were down 38-37. They've outscored them 8-2 to start the second half. They're actually now up 5 suddenly. 45-40. We talked about jumping in on the in-game over here. This is actually good news for the in-game over. You can get 149.5 right now because Chattanooga can score. Like Irvine are the ones that sort of want to slow it down a little bit. So if Irvine's getting a lead, it's going to help the total because it's going to, Chattanooga is just going to pick up the pace even more and it'll lead to turnovers and then Irvine will score. And that's the thing. Irvine are good defensively, but they can score as well. And Chattanooga doesn't like the start of the second half here. We got a TV timeout coming up, 45-40 for UC Irvine. All right, we got hockey going on as well. The playoff picture is starting to get a little bit clearer right now. The National Hockey League. 2 teams not battling for a playoff spot, but nevertheless a big game. Big-time teams, Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. George Kurtz in the house. George, who do you have here? The Winnipeg Jets, Vegas Golden Knights, over or under? What do you got?
I think this is a very big game, right? The Winnipeg Jets need to pick it up here. They need to win this game, all right? Because you cannot. Dallas is winning 3-1. They just scored, so they're going to win again here. And if you're the Winnipeg Jets, you can't be in first place all season long and then blow it in April and then go face Colorado round 1, and lose again. They got smoked last year by Colorado. I think it would probably happen again here. So this is a huge game for Colorado. No Thomas Hertl for the Vegas Golden Knights. He's out, I believe, through the weekend here. I'm going to go under. That's my only play here. I don't really have much faith in the Jets right now. It's hard to say here. Most points. And I just don't have much faith in them to win this game. But I don't feel great about Vegas either here. So I don't feel great about this game. But I do think it's going to be a low-scoring 3-2 game. Winnipeg needs Shifley and Connor to score some goals. Those guys have been scoring of late.
Cam, who are you on, Vegas or Winnipeg?
George on the total, but I'm taking a shot with Winnipeg. Guys tend to play well for the backup. Hellebuck's out tonight. It's Comrie. And I'm not scared about that situation. I think it's actually going to be good for Winnipeg. They'll play very good defensively and hopefully beat Vegas on the counter. 3-2 Jets. Give me the Jets in the under.
I was attracted to the Jets. I played under in this game only. I didn't take a side. I played under 6 at like minus 152 or something like that. I paid for the half a puck from the 5.5 because I saw the 5.5 was plus money. But you're right, George. The Winnipeg Jets are suddenly struggling to score goals. This has been a post-Four Nations face-off situation for them. But all you need to know, Kurtz, as far as this game, they're not playing Hellebuck tonight, which actually surprised me a little bit. The Canucks coach, he's pretty, they're pretty intense there. When the Jets lose a game or two, they really do start to, not panic, but there is this sort of we got to get back on track. We got to get back on track. And let's not overreact, George. you look, they're 3-1 in their last 4 games. But the scoring has slowed down a little bit. It feels like a lot of people think they're just sort of relying on Hellebuck too much. But I don't think the sky has fallen on the Winnipeg Jets personally, Kurtz.
I'm not saying the sky is falling, but due to the NHL's insane playoff system, if they don't win first place, and Dallas just never loses anymore, or at least some team in Dallas can win, all right? The Stars just never lose. They'll be 2 points. Listen, if things go a certain way tonight, Dallas wins, they're winning 3-1. Looks like they'll take care of business. If Peg loses, Dallas is 2 points behind them with a game in hand. That's not good. That's not good here at all. I think it's going to get in their heads. It's going to get in their heads that even though it's not their fault, like I said, Dallas never loses. Winnipeg's not playing badly, but Dallas is never losing. They're losing points, slowly but surely losing points here. I think it's going to be in their heads. And once again, Colorado smoked them in round 1 last year. I think, once again, I keep comparing to the Jets and the Dallas Cowboys. They have great regular seasons, and then I think they just play differently in the playoffs. It's in their heads that they know we don't play well in the playoffs. They start gripping the sticks tighter. Maybe they're not, playing as loose as they should be here. And I just think they have to get first place. That's the only. If they lose first place, I think they're going to get. I think they're going out in 6 games to Colorado.
It's the only thing that they have in common with the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are worth like $8 billion. The Winnipeg Jets play in one of the smallest markets. Like, it's just they're polar opposites. But I understand what you mean. Listen, you look at the Jets' schedule, and it actually does make sense. They've been running Hellebuck into the ground. He's played 6 of the last 8 games. He's played 4 straight coming into tonight. And if you look at their schedule, they play tonight in Vegas, and then they play Saturday in Utah. So, I sort of get it. You're giving them, like, time off now. Now Hellebuck won't play until Saturday. But their schedule, you got Utah versus St. Louis, at Dallas, at Chicago versus Edmonton, and versus Anaheim to wrap things up. But I'll say this, Kurtz. Listen, anything can happen in the National Hockey League. And I was just tweeting about this, that seedings and standings don't mean anything once you get to the playoffs in the NHL. It's unlike other leagues. I'd say baseball, Major League Baseball and NHL are the 2 sort of leagues that, like NBA, the 8 seed never beats the 1 seed. Like, the higher seed always wins in the NBA. It's like rare that there's upsets, actually. So, it's unpredictable. But my pick, guys, I hate to do it, though, and they're actually the favorites right now, the Dallas Stars, as you just talked about, Kurtz. It's going to be a championship parade in Dallas, but it won't be the Cowboys. It'll be the Dallas Stars.
Here's a tip for my fellow golfers and gamers. Do you want to book a golf trip to Vegas? For the best weather, aim for spring and fall. But the best prices, aim for summer and winter. But if you're looking for that sweet spot, try June. You get the August prices without that scorching heat. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
These guys are barreling everything right now that are hitting well. Pitching is usually ahead of hitting this time of year, but torpedo bats is what we're reading about, Tom, and I think it's hilarious.
Will the pitching be out in front, or are the bats actually this strong? So it's going to develop over the course of weeks. And again, if all teams have the ability to do so, be creative with it and get out there and use it.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, LeBron's down. Someone's on the grassy knoll. He got shot. Like, he's writhing in pain. But with LeBron, he really is the little boy that cried wolf. right? Like, it's just at point blank. Like, LeBron was seriously, like, looking like he was injured for real. And I just sort of like, yeah, whatever, dude. I was like, let's see in 30 seconds. And now he's just popped up right now again. This guy overplays it, like, so much, man. That's the whole thing when people talk about LeBron, would be a good football player. I'm like, good football player.
Yeah, he'd be murdered.
Like, I don't know. Like, the guy, like, for a 6'9", 255-pound man, he's pretty soft. Like, let's just call it out for what it is. I actually, you know what? I wouldn't say he's soft. I think he's just an actor. So I guess there's a difference between being sort of an actor and flopping and being soft. I guess there is a difference. But you know my point. Lakers are up 20-16 right now. USC are up 31-27 on Villanova, which kind of surprises me. UC Irvine are up right now, still by 5, 50-45. That in-game total's fallen to 146.5. I still haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm waiting for that right spot. Baseball, lighter day on the diamond today, as it's a travel day. New series is starting this weekend, and we got some really good series on the board. New York Yankees win a slugfest tonight, Kurtz. 9-7 final score. How do you feel about the Yankees after 6 games at 4-2?
Right now, they look like a beer league softball team, right? When you're at the stadium and there's soft throwing pitchers, which Merrill Kelly was tonight, Yankees going to score a lot of runs, and you can hit the Yankee pitching staff. They don't have a pitching staff. There's a couple of guys who can pitch on this team, and they have a lot of relievers that are on the AL. I think they have 6 relievers on the IL. So other than Luke Weaver, Devin Williams is on paternity list. He comes back tomorrow. Everybody else in that bullpen is just, oh, my God. How far can the ball go here? So there'll be a lot of overs for the Yankees coming up. Maybe not in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh can't hit. It's more of a pitcher's ballpark. But at Yankee Stadium, soft throwers, bet the over. Yankee pitching does not look good. It will get better by the end of April, May, when the relievers all come back. At least the relievers will be better. Clark Schmidt should come back in 2 weeks, but Louis Hill's not coming back to the All-Star break at the earliest here.
New York Yankees played 6 games, 4-2 to the over so far this year. Yankees are in Pittsburgh this weekend. I'm assuming that's a 2 or 3 for the Yankees. The Yankees should win the series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And then you get the Detroit Tigers, right? And winnable. You know what I mean? It's sort of you got a soft landing to start the year here. But after that, Kurtz, as you know, after these next 6 games against Pittsburgh and Detroit, you go west. You get the Giants that go to New York, Giants at Yankees, Royals at Yankees, and then Yankees at Rays. You finally go on the road. There's a lot of home games to start the season here, Kurtz. It's going to be quite the little road trip coming up after.
Yeah, this is going to be doing 2 and 2, right? 2 series at home, 2 on the road, 2 at home, then back to 2 or whatever. It is what it is. For the Yankees, listen, Detroit, they're going to face Skubal in one of those 3 games. That's not going to be an easy series. I think they might go to Jackson Jobe as well in one of those games. So Yankees don't hit good pitching. All right, and I doubt they're going to hit Skubal here. So that will not be a fun series. 2 out of 3 is what I expect to take out of Pittsburgh. They do miss Skeen, so that's good for them. They'll get Keller tomorrow. So it's, I didn't check as far as San Fran to see if Logan Webb's going in that series or whatever it might be here. Listen, they're going to have to hit their way out of this. Until their pitching returns here, they're going to have to hit their way out of it, because really, what starter can you trust to the Yankees? Rodon, he was terrible last night. He sort of figured it out at the 3 innings, but he already put them in a big hole there. You can forget about Carrasco. He's just a softball guy here. We'll see what Max Fried looks like. I think he's going tomorrow, which is kind of an important start. I know the Yankees had 5 errors in his start against Milwaukee, but he wasn't missing bats. They were hitting some hard shots off him, so we'll see what Max Fried looks like, because they need him to be an ace. They need him to be that guy who, when Max is on the mound, that's it. I'm going to give you up a run, maybe 2 here. We're going to take care of business. So Yankee pitching is going to be a bigger problem they're hitting this season.
It's much too early. That's the thing with baseball. You can't really look at the standings too much, and you got to let a few weeks play out first at least. But with all that being stated, the American League right now, the Toronto Blue Jays they're in first place at the top of the ladder here. Blue Jays 5-2. Big, I tell you what, unlike the Yankees, Cam, see, I just talked about the Yankees schedule. Yankees getting manageable games. Arizona are good, but, they were at home. They're opening up at home. They got these sort of mediocre type of teams. Now the Blue Jays go on the road, and it gets real. They play the Mets this weekend, the Boston Red Sox, and the Baltimore Orioles.
Crazy.
Like those division games, and then the Mets series even, big 9 games for the Blue Jays. If they can get through this unscathed, they can really start building something.
Here's a tip for my fellow golfers and gamers. Do you want to book a golf trip to Vegas? For the best weather, aim for spring and fall. But the best prices, aim for summer and winter. But if you're looking for that sweet spot, try June. You get the August prices without that scorching heat. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
These guys are barreling everything right now that are hitting well. Pitching is usually ahead of hitting this time of year, but torpedo bats is what we're reading about, Tom, and I think it's hilarious.
Will the pitching be out in front, or are the bats actually this strong? So it's going to develop over the course of weeks. And again, if all teams have the ability to do so, be creative with it and get out there and use it.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. 23-22, Golden State. Right now, the scoring has slowed down a little bit. Two and a half left. Like I said, the Lakers do this all the time. We should start betting if we can get like sort of Laker first quarters or Lakers first to this and that. Like the Lakers are hot starters. I watch every Laker game. They do the same thing all the time. They fly up and down the court in the first 5 minutes. You're like, holy crap! They're going to score 250 points in this game tonight combined. And then lo and behold, a couple of minutes later, you're like, wow, it's really slowing down here. I told you. There's what's her name, Diane Cannon. I can't believe this woman, man. This girl's been going to games for years. I met her. I don't even know what movie she was in either. She's sort of one of these people that is sort of famous for being famous. But I met her with the LA Kings in 1993 at the Stanley Cup Finals, actually. Like, she was that hardcore. She flew to Montreal to watch the Kings in the finals, and I just saw her sitting courtside at this Laker game. I don't know what movie she was in, but she clearly made some money from it. Because they're not giving her these tickets, I'll tell you that. So a 5-1 for the Dallas Stars.
That her and Connery get along real good, and she inherited a lot of money too, Morency, from she was with some like rich guy and stuff too. So she's been in a few things. Diane Cannon, actually, she's a veteran actress. She's solid.
She's been in a million things. Yeah, she's been in a million. She was big in the 70s. Yeah, like before her career took off. She was married to Cary Grant.
Wow.
That's who she was, the actor Cary Grant. Yeah, she wasn't like it's not a heiress, but big time Hollywood. Yeah, she's made, like I said, she hasn't worked a long time, but she's got the old money. She's rocking sitting courtside. All right, so Winnipeg and Vegas. We played the under of this game. The Winnipeg Jets have taken a 1-0 lead. 5 minutes left in the first period. And we've got the Sharks and the Oilers coming up here, Kurtz. What are you doing with this hockey game? I got the over 1.5 in the first period. And I'm going to take the San Jose Sharks tonight, plus 1.5. I got a feeling this is a flat spot for the Oilers tonight. Oilers have been pretty good, actually. I'll give them credit. You know what I mean? Like, they're really battling without Connor McDavid. Nice win against Calgary over the weekend. Nice win against Vegas. This is a classic spot where the Oilers will let their backers and their fans down tonight. Give me the San Jose Sharks plus 1.5 and over 1.5 in the first period. What's your pickers?
I mean, it's still important.
You're Captain Chalk, so I'm not speaking your language here.
You're talking to the oil slick over here. Yeah, he's on Edmonton. Come on.
Of course I'm on Edmonton. Listen, they still have something to play for here, right? They're still trying to catch their game behind, 2 points behind Los Angeles Kings for the home field ice advantage in the first round here. I guess they have an outside chance to catch Vegas, though it's unlikely. So the game's still important to them. I wish I could bet the game to go to overtime and Draisaitl to score the overtime winning goal. He does that so often here. I want Draisaitl power play goal tonight, more over 1.5 and Edmonton to win the game.
All right. I'm not going to go crazy on the Sharks here. I went bigger on first period over 1.5. I hope there's a couple of early goals in this game, but I did just bet the Sharks plus 1.5. Cam, what's your pick in this game?
I'm reading your mail. I like the Sharks plus 1.5, minus 105, sprinkle plus 225, over 1.5 first period, over 6.5 game. Let's go SJ Sharky.
All right, so Cam's going to take the Sharks plus
I've got
1.5.
Everton in a parlay, too. They're the second half of a parlay, and I won the first half, so they can win by 1. I'll take them winning by 1. That's fine.
Listen, the Sharks are kind of sputtering here. It's hit or miss with the Sharks, right? They got a couple of good young players. They're still a bad team, but it's more for me. It's more a play against Edmonton this evening. That I could just see Edmonton being flat tonight, and I sort of got the feeling tonight that this would be a spot that the Flames would be vulnerable a bit. 1-1 right now, but the Flames have been great in these close games at home. They just find a way to win, like whether it be in a shootout, be it in overtime. I'll give them credit, but you have to wonder, Kurtz, about the Flames and just reality kicking in as they look at the standings and see that they're freaking 8 points back, bro, right? Like, they need this 2 points tonight. But they're a resilient bunch. So I sort of get the feeling we're kind of getting some little, I'm not going to say value, but I'm kind of liking the Flames to pull this out, Kurtz. They're minus 140 right now.
See, this is where I did feel the same way as you. Flames, Vancouver, it's all over but the crying now. All right, you're not making the playoffs. Sorry, 8 points, you're not doing it. So I thought this could be a letdown. I did not take Anaheim. I did take the under, but I do that with most Calgary Flame games. So I'm on the under in this contest. I gave a lot of thought to Anaheim, but I didn't pull that trigger here. So I'm on the under in Calgary, Anaheim.
Yeah, if you're Calgary, this is tough. I don't think they're going to quit, though. Like I said, they've been a very resilient bunch all year. I think they're ready to quit in Vancouver. I know the fans are ready to quit in Vancouver.
That was brutal. 5-0 to the Kraken. I watched the game. That was tough, man. That was brutal. Bad hockey.
Yeah, the Canucks have had a lot of bad luck this year, but they brought this upon themselves as well by losing so many games at home like last night. It's, like literally, I don't know, there's been like 5 of them, 7 of them, or whatever the hell, like 10 of them, where they lose 4-0 at home, or they lose 5-0, or they're terrible at home. And you can't blame the fans, right? The atmosphere in there gets dead quickly, but fans are just sort of fed up. And I understand it. They pay big money. Vancouver charges a lot of money. Like the Canucks, Vancouver's an expensive city. Like, it's like basically $200 to get into a Canuck game generally. Like even for the bad seats. So it's generally, it's going to cost you $200. So people are spending $200 to get in. Nothing's cheap with the concessions. It's, it's a $500 night almost. If you're going if you're a couple or whatever, it's $1,000 night. And then they lose 5-0 to the Seattle Kraken. The last time they played the Kraken in Vancouver, they blew a 3-goal lead with like 5 minutes left. Right? Like they brought it upon themselves. The Flames, the Flames are, they're not whatever. It's funny, people rip the Canucks, and the Flames and the Canucks have the same record, and people praise the Flames. But I guess it's all about expectations. But, guys, I'll say the Flames win. So I'll take them at minus. They're 155 right now. Keeps on going up, actually. I think they got a power play coming up. Kings in Utah. They're tied at 1 right now. Any opinion on this one, Kurtz? Kings seem to be playing every night recently, don't they?
I'm on the
always
Kings.
playing this team.
This is the chalk here. I'm on the Kings and the under. What is the score in this game?
1-1.
Yeah, it's on a TV where I can only see the top half of the screen here. I'm on the Kings. It's sort of like the Calgary game. I thought about Calgary, didn't take them. Thought about Anaheim, didn't take them. But I did take the Kings because once again they've been playing good hockey and they need to win the game. Right? They want to get home ice when they lose to Edmonton, which they seem to do every year in the first round of the playoffs. So Kings and the under.
And how about this? The Pittsburgh Penguins and the St. Louis Blues are now tied at 4. And they're in overtime. 2.5 minutes left.
Play, by the way, bad call, but St. Louis going on a power play.
They're going to win, St. Louis. It's like the Dodgers. Like right now, the Blues are on that Dodger run where it's like they're going to win, and then they do it in dramatic fashion for the fans even. Like last night with Ohtani. The other night the Blues came back with a minute left. They scored. They went in overtime after. I think the same thing's going to happen here again, guys. And there it is. The Blues just won the game 5-4. I couldn't bet it, Cam. It was frozen because of the penalty. I couldn't bet it. I was like, damn it.
No, you need Morency like Homer Simpson, that bird that's really quick that on his desk and he just hits buttons and stuff like that. I have a contrarian play, George.
I knew. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Lucky
this is how far you are ahead of me. I am still watching the game. They haven't scored yet. They passed the puck around. Yeah, I'm still watching it.
Wow.
It's still going on.
I'm watching a playing
game. To the point.
Contrarian play, Morency. Utah beats Kings tonight. That's Cam's dumpster special tonight.
I get that feeling too.
Thank you.
I get that feeling too.
We're simpatico today,
just that these teams, like I said, the Kings have been playing every night. They've been playing against good teams. They played the Leafs. They played the Avs. Now you're in the altitude tonight. There it is. Now you see it. So it took that long. Hey, Kurt, now you see that?
Kurtz is struggling.
I was starting to think I made it up, and they didn't really score. I was like, oh, you're wrong.
I was starting to think I made it up.
They did score. It's 5-4.
Yeah, it's over.
Here's a tip for my fellow golfers and gamers. Do you want to book a golf trip to Vegas? For the best weather, aim for spring and fall. But the best prices, aim for summer and winter. But if you're looking for that sweet spot, try June. You get the August prices without that scorching heat. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
These guys are barreling everything right now that are hitting well. Pitching is usually ahead of hitting this time of year, but torpedo bats is what we're reading about, Tom, and I think it's hilarious.
Will the pitching be out in front, or are the bats actually this strong? So it's going to develop over the course of weeks. And again, if all teams have the ability to do so, be creative with it and get out there and use it.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Man, this game is still close. It just continues. 60-59. Now, UC Irvine and Chattanooga, 8 minutes left in the game. In-game total is spiked up to 155.5 now. It's been bouncing around all game. Now it's spiked up to the over here. 60-59 for Irvine, under 8 minutes left right now. Both teams are in the bonus as well, so there should be some free throws down the stretch here. Basketball in the NBA, 28-23 for the Warriors early in the second quarter. In-game total. The total was 230.5. I knew it was too high. I didn't bet the under, but I stayed away. It's 214.5 right now. I think it'll dip more even probably. So let's see if it dips to like 205 or 206 or something, and then we could take it. Villanova USC has been lower scoring. Second half has just started in Vegas. 31-27 for the underdog Trojans. USC are like a 14-15 win team here, and here they are still playing. They're up 33-27 now. In-game total is 137.5 in this game. That, I think, will get there. I got the original 149, but I think it'll get there at the 137.5. It'll pick up. Villanova will pick up the pace here in the second half. As far as the NHL is concerned, talking about these in-game plays, still scoreless in Edmonton and San Jose, which I'm not a fan of because I got over 1.5 in the first period. But I do have the Sharks plus 1.5. Winnipeg Jets are up 2-0 on the Vegas Golden Knights right now. Kurtz, Vegas in a little bit of trouble suddenly.
Yeah, not good for my under either, right? 2 goals in the first period there. So things are going really well.
6.5 now.
No, you're okay. It's okay. It can slow down, but yeah, it's a good start for the Jets.
Yeah,
You know what I'm going to take?
Massively important game for the Jets here.
I'm going to take the under 5.5 in the Flames and Ducks game.
Yeah,
it's still under 5.5. Oh, we're halfway through the second half.
It is.
I'm surprised about that. Yeah, it's 5.5. It's minus 150, Kurtz. But yeah, 145.
What's the number?
Minus 145. No, sorry. Hold on here. Minus 130 now. Under 5.5, minus 130. You know what? I just wanted to bet the under, and I accidentally bet the Flames. I guess it's meant to be because I was just saying I think the Flames are going to win. So that's how sophisticated my system is. I'm like, I just bet it by accident. I guess I'll take it. I got saved the other night. I bet it. I thought I bet an over 1.5 in the first period. Or I thought I bet a team to win the game, and I bet them to win the first period. And they didn't win the first period. The game didn't go over. They won the first period. They lost the game. So long story short, I won because of a mistake the other night, finally. I made a few mistakes over the last couple of days because I've been betting so much. I've had so many clicks going on here. Always looking for an in-game opportunity. All right, so speaking of bets, actually, I've already got into the NFL draft. Me and Saratella have been hitting this pretty hard, Kurt. So have you been talking football during the day at all, the NFL draft?
Yeah, absolutely. Football full circle. Scott Wetzel and I. Listen, it's an important time of the year, right? Cowboys, they get their backup quarterback today. I know people
Joe
who
Milton.
believe that Dak Prescott's going to get traded because of this. Okay. Not so sure.
He's not a starter, Milton, bro. He's got a strong arm, but he's not ready to be a starter in the NFL.
He's not.
And Dallas needed a backup. Right? This guy. This guy's the same thing as drafting a quarterback in the later rounds instead of drafting one they traded for one. So he's your backup quarterback. Fine.
He's your new Trey Lance. He's like Trey Lance, but he's better than Trey Lance. He was at Michigan. He was Michigan's quarterback, so I know him pretty well, like out of high school and stuff. Except he didn't last at Michigan. Like it wasn't really working out. And he went to Tennessee, and he was pretty good. Like, he's got a freaking cannon. Like, there's no disputing that. Like, the kid can throw it like 118 miles an hour. He can throw bullets.
Edmonton scores.
Yeah, Edmonton scored.
All right, there's a goal. All right, I need one more in the first period. Let's go. Actually, I got this here.
Sharks are 2.5 now. Sign me up. I'm a glutton.
They're getting dominated, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's early. They'll be fine.
They are the Sharks.
They are the Sharks. Yeah.
You know what? I don't get that game, actually. I'm surprised. I got the Anaheim-Calgary game, actually. I got the Laker game. That's what I was watching. I'm watching the Irvine game, the Laker game, and I'm going to switch to the hockey. But, sorry, due to regional restrictions, this event is not available in my area, the Oilers and the Sharks. But the Ducks and the Flames, I do get. So 1-1, mid-second. We'll watch a little hockey for a couple of minutes here. But, so NFL draft. I don't know if you saw my post, Kurtz. I put it up on Twitter, X, and I put the bet in. I took Jackson Dart under 24.5 in the first round. Under 24.5. And it was crazy. He was 18.5, 19.5 the other day. Yeah, it was 20.5, 19.5, 20.5 earlier in the week. And it went up to 24.5 because I think people sort of see there's two teams in the top, in that 20 range that would take him. Except the NFL is unpredictable. Who knows who else likes this kid? What do you think about Jackson Dart? What's your prediction for Jackson Dart? Where does he get drafted, Kurtz? You don't have to name the team, but like where do you think in the draft does he go?
Well, if I was going to name a team, the first one that comes to mind right now would be Pittsburgh. All right, Aaron Rodgers still hasn't signed there. Now I'll say this: if Aaron Rodgers is signed by the NFL draft,
they're 20th. They're right at that number.
They're 21st. They're 21st.
21st. Excuse me, 21st. Right at the number where he was. Exactly. So it was 21.5 the other night. Sorry.
And I think that's why the number is what the number is, because I think that's the place everybody's looking at to get him. But if they were to sign Aaron Rodgers between now and the draft, then I don't think. Because I don't think Rodgers. I think Rodgers going to have some kind of agreement where listen, I'm not going to mentor some young quarterback. You better not be drafting a young quarterback because I'm not coming here. So I think it's the sort of the game, the cat and mouse game they're playing here. That Rodgers doesn't want to go to a team that drafts a young quarterback. But right now, I would think it's Pittsburgh. They don't have a quarterback. I mean, there's sort of no choice here. That's where some young quarterback outside of Sanders and Cam Ward have to be going. We heard who was it in Pittsburgh that said it yesterday that sooner or later we have to address this position. Well, I think it's going to be sooner.
Cam, what's your prediction for Jackson Dart? Over under 24.5. Where does he go?
I love exactly what you guys said. Rodgers could take all year. He can go away, just do whatever the hell he wants. Pittsburgh needs somebody. You get Dart at 21, you win your bet. I think it's a good. I think some team might actually trade up for him too. I think Jackson Dart's a very good quarterback.
Yes, agreed there. By the way, speaking of winning bets, Gabe, you just won your bet, Gabe.
Who scored, San Jose or Edmonton?
San Jose scores.
Yeah,
oh, that's even better because we have the Sharks in the over. That's even better. See, I would have taken that.
2.5. Yeah, I told you. Don't worry.
Over 1.5. Over 1.5. So breakaway Flames. Goal.
The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
Rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The team we expected to be a national championship frontrunner all season long and even before the big dance. That is the Duke Blue Devils.
I don't care that people are like, oh, anticlimactic. You have the 4 best teams lined up, superstar coaches, young coaches, old coaches, veteran teams, young teams. This has got a lot of great storylines heading to the Final Four this weekend.
Only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. 4 number ones, 4 champions, 4 teams that battled and clawed their way here. But here's the thing about 4 number ones. Only one can truly be number one.
Incredibly difficult.
When the stakes are highest, there's only one place to get all your betting insights. SportsGrid. We've got you covered until only one remains. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
I'm not going to say dagger But a big basket by UC Irvine. They're up 69-65 with 3.5 minutes left. And I tell you what, Chattanooga played some serious defense. Like, they had the kid on Irvine in the coffin corner. He had nowhere to go with the ball. They were in their face. The shot clock was expiring. And somehow the guard, like, found the big man in the paint. He got him the ball, and Buddy did a little spin move and, like, just sort of banked it in. Little Tim Duncan move, 71-65. Chattanooga now down 6 with about 3 minutes left. They just called a timeout to go over things here. So I like to see some late points. I just jumped in on the total over 153.5 in that game. All right, so you're talking about Jackson Dart. Listen, there's a lot to like about this kid. He's a good quarterback. Like, he is good. He's a smart kid as well. And one thing about Dart, guys, we talked about this the other night a bit, but the thing with Jackson Dart is he's only 22. He's like 21 now, going on 22 type of deal, or he's going to be 22 when the season starts or whatever. That's pretty young by today's quarterback standards that keep on coming into the league recently, right? There's a lot of guys where it's like, man, like, Kenny Pickett's like 26 already. Or like, a lot of dudes are like 24, 25 now when they're coming in, and they're sort of, teams aren't in love with it because they think that they've already reached their potential. That was the Bo Nix thing, right? Like, people look at Jackson Dart and figure, you know what? How good can this kid be in 3 years from now? And I'll use Bo Nix as a comparison, Kurtz. He's more athletic than Bo Nix is. Like, I think Bo Nix is a little bit smarter than Jackson is. I don't know. Jackson, like, will force things a bit sometimes. But the thing with Jackson Dart is, guys, he was a stud, like, 5-star recruit in high school, and they ran a system. Then he played for the USC Trojans, which is a quarterback factory, and he played in their system. And he played for Lane Kiffin, who's a former NFL coach. And Lane Kiffin runs a 100 million % NFL package with Ole Miss. This kid has already picked up a bunch of offenses. He's very smart quarterback. He's a film junkie. He's only 22. He's bigger than people realize. He's like 6'2", whatever, 215, 220 or whatnot. He can scramble a little bit. I think, and the team I got him going to, guys, is the New Orleans Saints with the 9th pick in the draft. I think Kellen Moore is going to get his guy, and they'll have Carr for a year, and they'll figure out the Carr thing next year, and they'll have Jackson Dart learn behind Carr for a year, Cam, in New Orleans. Kellen Moore needs to get a quarterback, and word on the street is Kellen Moore really likes Jackson Dart. And it doesn't surprise me because Jackson Dart reminds me of Kellen Moore as a quarterback. So, except he's better. Yeah, so but in college, though, there's sort of this little, like I said, I could just see it that Kellen Moore's like, yes, this is the guy, right? Unless they think, we're going to get Arch Manning. But like Shadow, you saw Kurtz today, Schefter saying that it's not so sure Archie Manning's going to come out next year after this year, bro. He's still young. Kid's thrown 90 passes in his career, man. Like, let's not anoint him the number 1 pick of the draft yet, in my opinion.
Agreed. And I wonder this. New Orleans at 9, I think, is a little high to draft Jackson Dart. I wonder if they would try and trade down, a couple of slots here and then pick up, I don't know, a 4th round pick, whatever it might be, and still get Dart at 13, low teens here. It'd be a gamble, of course, because then someone like Pittsburgh, you trade down, we'll try and trade up now.
But like you guys said, let's say he doesn't go to, and I get it, it's a little bit, and plus they owe Carr money for 2 years. I get it, you know what I mean? But I know they like him. Like, they met with him, and where there's smoke, there's fire with this. But like you guys said about somebody jumping up, if he doesn't go 9, and let's say he's lingering, he's still there at 14, 15, 16 type of deal, other teams, Kurtz, are going to look and go, you know what? He's going to go to Pittsburgh here at 21. Let's jump Pittsburgh here and trade up to 16, 17, or 18 or whatever, and let's beat Pittsburgh to the punch. And or Pittsburgh might panic. That's the thing. But Kurtz, it's unpredictable. Cam, it's unpredictable, the NFL. You don't know what these guys are going to do. Right? NFL GM. So
trade up for Dart. I mean, I think the Rams would like to have a back, someone to groom.
Yeah, I was thinking the Rams too.
Yeah. They're not going to trade up from a 26. That's a big trade.
Looking at the teams. Looking at the teams here where, like, it sort of starts. New Orleans at 9. Indianapolis, they don't like Richardson, so they're going to have to figure something out with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, if they were to draft Dart or Milroe, man, that's it. And you're done with Richardson, right? You're saying it's over. And you killed this trade now. right? If you
I know,
killed
I'm
his
just
trade
saying.
value.
But they might go into the draft and say shop Richardson, which is not a crazy thought, right? Daniel Jones is starting there, guys. Let's be real.
What's up with Miami and Tua's getting hurt all the time?
Well, he's another one, Cam. People have talked about Dart with Miami, but they're not going to take him in the first round, I don't think.
Yeah. Could be a good fit there.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
I'm Gabriel Morency. It's level 2. I'm realizing, man, my Jackson dart bet, I got 2 teams here. Me and Saratello talked about this the other day. That's why he was 21.5 the other day, and he moved to 24.5, and I'm like, oh, it's a good number now. It's the same thing, right? Like, who's going to take him? Unless some of their shock team, like you said, the Rams. Yes, the Rams.
Up for it, though. I think they would take him if he fell to them at 26. They would take him. But I don't think they'll trade up.
You're right. Like if he's sitting there at 26, McVay would go, "Hey, this isn't bad."
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I mean? I could see them doing that, but I don't think they're going to trade up to do it. Look at these other teams. Tampa's got a quarterback. Denver's got Knicks. Pittsburgh are the key here. Chargers, Herbert. Green Bay, Love. Minnesota, no. Houston, no. You know what I mean?
A team like the Giants, if they don't take a quarterback at 3, would they want to trade up to get that extra year? I mean, it's a big. You're talking.
Well, that's another thing too.
Big trade.
It's sort of like the Daniel Jones syndrome, right? No one thought he was going to go 6 or whatever it was, 6, 5, 6, whatever it was when he went. Right? Maybe something like Schefter was saying. He goes, guys, I'm here in top 10 for Dart. I think the New Orleans Saints are the ones at 9 personally, but we'll get you out of here, Kurtz. I just wanted to show you this, and then we'll show Guns this actually as well. And we got some good best of X's tonight. We got one for Guns and one's for Kurtz. So let's get the Kurtz one in here. And we could play The Price is Right, actually, here. We're going to play The Price is Right. Roll. All right, this is the Dodgers selling baseball bat beers at the game.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
And you know what's cool, Cam? At the bottom of it, they have like a little home plate so you can sit it in your seat. It doesn't fall over.
Amazing. Yeah, it's even got the tape on the bat.
Look, you got there. Yeah, so you stick it in. I just imagine it getting kicked over by some drunk dude. No, can I get by here? Like, that's pretty cool.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
How much do you think it costs? How much is that beer? One of them. How much is that beer cost at Dodger Stadium?
How many ounces is that?
28 ounces, Kurt. It's funny. Thanks for asking. I know 28 ounces. So that's pretty big. 28 ounces.
I'll give $1 an ounce. Yeah, $30.
How many beers? How many beers is 28 ounces?
It's about
2.5, 3.
It's more than
12-ounce
that.
cup. Well, 12-ounce cup is
that's a bigger cup though. The regular ones are 8.
This is 12 ounces.
It's 12 ounces.
That's 12,
regular Pepsi.
All right.
12.
I'm gonna say $45, please.
Kurt, you say 30?
I'll take the under on 45.
That's LA, $30, man. It costs $30 for a pack of gum at Dodger
45.
Stadium. It's $50 a drink.
Oh
I win, George. Sorry, I'll take your showcase too within $5. Thanks.
Here you go. You can have my soda.
$50.
Soda's yours.
That's $100 for those two.
I was going to say 50, but I said 45, but 50.
It is 28 ounces. So let's say, it's like you said, it's like getting 3 or 4 beers in one thing at one time.
It's
and you get these
I bet you're
back.
able to keep that bat.
I would buy it.
Keep that bat and put it on my mantle right there. That bat.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You get the bat. You can have it at home, and you know what I mean. You get a couple of them. You have tailgates or whatever. You know what I mean?
Pepsi all day. Yeah, Pepsi bat.
That's a lot of Pepsi.
A lot of
all right, George. See you, Kurt.
Everybody.
Have a good one.
Let's bring in Guns Picks. Guns Picks in the house with us. He will be in a second as he's getting set up here. See how much he'd pay for it. What do you think, Guns? $50 for the bat of beer. Thing is, the beer would go flat. That's my deal. I don't want the beer would go flat. It's too much.
No. But there's a strategy. The first one when
you
you're
gotta
eating
chug it,
popcorn.
Cam.
That's the thing. You get the salty stuff, and then you just down that bat, and then after that, I got my bat, and you're fine. You got to make sure it's your first drink, and you got to eat a lot of popcorn or salty stuff, and just throw it back. There it is.
It's like my Twitter profile pic. Actually, I'm holding the Dodgerita instead of the margarita. It's a Dodgerita. That's a big blue sort of thing. It's pretty big too. But what do you think of that bat? $50 though, Guns.
It's not worth it. I mean, I was at Orioles Park yesterday watching the Red Sox dominate the Orioles, and they were selling beers for $15, and you get the 24 ounce. That's all I need. I'm not going to carry a bat out with me after I leave the game. You know what's going to happen to that bat? Is like you're going to put it under your seat.
Guns.
You're going to go and get a hot dog and go take a leak.
You're at home watching a Dodger game. You fill up beers in the bat. It's you got to pay for the not game. It's a wicked bat. I'm in.
I'm sort of with Guns. It's the type of thing where if I bought it and I'm all drunk, I'd be all into it and holding it like it's the coolest thing ever, and then like half an hour later, I'll be like, I lost it somewhere.
It'd be my sports bet, man. I throw all my beers into it.
That's what I did at a Knick game. I paid extra for some commemorative Knick cup, and I lost it, Guns. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, that cup I paid for. Oh, it's under the seat. Oh, son of a bitch.
It's a beautiful bat. It's got tape. It's got a base. It's a
nice little bat, though. Yeah, you're not throwing that out. But the only thing is, I was going to say, if I didn't win my bet, Cam, too, I know myself. If I won my bet, I'd be in a good mood. If I didn't win my bet, I'm probably smashing that thing in the parking lot after.
That's a good point. It depends on the wins and losses.
Or if you're at an away park and everybody's just razzing you, it's a weapon now. So you can go and you just hit the guy, and then that's kind of what you do.
I got to tell you guys this. So Gabe knows Visine Vince, my buddy. He's cheaper than a Scot. This guy comes up, Gabe, he brings a knapsack with the one thing. It's a plastic thing of popcorn, and he brings it to every game. He doesn't buy a new one, and they fill it for him. He got free popcorn for the year with this one thing, and he just keeps on coming back and coming back and coming back. I think he paid $20. He's got $2,000 worth of popcorn. The guy goes to 30 games.
But he paid the popcorn pass for the year. You see Irvine, guys. Chattanooga are coming back. You see Irvine just missed 2 free throws, up 1. 74-73 with 22 seconds left, and they missed 2 free throws. Chattanooga have an opportunity to win this basketball game right now. They take the 3. Oh, my God, you can't make this up. They fouled him taking the 3.
Oh, they cooked his legs out, too.
Sorry, Gabe, you know me. I'm on the Mocs. They've been good to me, this team. Love that
cash
team.
machine.
Who are you on, Guns, in this? I got UC Irvine money line. What do you got in this one?
I took the Mocs. The Mocs have just been way too good to me in the NIT. I knew it was a tough spot because UCI has also been very good to me during this whole entire season. But I've just rode the Mocs all the way, and I'm just going to continue to do it. So I took them on the spread and the money line, split the bet.
That 3.5 was nice. I spoke with Pharrell about this earlier today, Ken.
Yeah.
Look, dude, the other day, remember, Guns? There was 69-67, the UC Irvine North Texas game. You saw the Loyola Chicago game the other night. The same thing. Super, super close game late. So, the points, there's not a lot to give between these two teams. Now, suddenly, it's 75-74 for Chattanooga. 16 seconds left. The kid has hit the first two. I cannot believe the kid on Irvine missed both free throws. Wow. Then they foul. Like, if you're Irvine, this is just a heartbreaker way to lose. If
They
you're
had
going
a
to lose
deuce,
like
though.
this.
We got overtime. 76-76. We're up 2.
Yeah, they'll probably take a 3.
Team too. I'm kind of surprised they missed their shots.
I know. And it would have changed the dynamic. Even if you would have hit one of them, it would have been 2. Just would have changed things up a little bit. Here we go. Oh, my God. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. They fouled him taking a 3. They fouled him taking a 3. They did the same thing.
Can he miss 2 out of the 3?
You believe this kid?
Yeah.
I got over 153.5 in my in-game bet. That's what I need. 76. Go to overtime at 76.
Yeah, he's going to miss 1.
Oh, God. Don't brick this, kid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
This is wild stuff going on here in Indianapolis, man, with the NIT. It's 76-76 with 1.5 seconds left. This is SportsRage. I'm Morency, SportsGrid Radio and Television Network, Sirius XM Channel 159. There was 8.1 seconds left after the kid hit 2 of the 3 on Irvine. Great play call coming out of the timeout. And you just saw it, Gun, because I heard you go, oh, dude, how the hell did he miss that? I don't know how it didn't go in, bro. He was right under the basket. He should have dunked it. He was right. I saw it. I was like, oh, my God, what a nice little play. You tricked them. And it was like, he's right under the basket, and he doesn't get the shot off. It's all chaos right now. They're going to see whose ball it is with 1.5 seconds left.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he went too soft with it. I was like, just go up there strong and make the bucket. He tried to finesse it, and it just rattled out on him. He's kicking himself right now. I feel, if they do lose that game, he's going to be thinking about that for a couple weeks.
The rest of his life. He's never going to play in a bigger game.
He
plays like Chattanooga, bro. This is the big. This is it.
It's like Chattanooga. Remember back in the day, I could have won the game.
Exactly.
It's not good. He'll hit the sauce. No, this is bad for him. Very bad.
Yeah, it could be the downfall.
The downfall. He'll be his own documentary on Netflix before you know it.
No, but sometimes though they overblow that stuff so much. It's like the kid. There was one. The kid that stepped the lane violation one. There was the lane violation, and it cost the game a couple of weeks ago, where the kid was shooting the free throw, and Buddy stepped in the paint, and it cost him the game. Everybody blamed the kid for stepping into the paint. Nobody even talked about the first kid, Guns, missing the first free throw. You know what I mean? If the kid didn't miss, they would have been in that position in the first place. I think it was North Carolina. But anyways, all right. So they put 0.2. So we got 1.7. I'm expecting Chattanooga to win here in some wild way. All right, Buddy just kicked the ball on Irvine. He's playing like soccer defense here. He wasn't letting the pass in. 1.7 left here. You guys are on the smart side, though, getting to 3.5 here with Chattanooga. I mean, look how close this game is.
Well, if it goes to overtime, how smart
unless it goes to overtime.
If Irvine wins by 4.
Favorites always win when it goes to overtime, too, it seems.
They do.
Your dogs and totals go to die. It's like it's over and the favorite wins. That's usually how it goes in overtime.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, here we go. Wide open 3. Oh, God. I think it was the same kid that missed the
same kid. It was the same kid, Mulholland.
It was. I thought that was going in. I thought it was going in, that 3.
This guy can't. He's not going to be sleeping for a while. Yeah, that's troubling.
No, you're not going to like this, Cam. I don't know if you're watching, but he's the only redhead on the team, too. The poor redhead kid.
Don't bet on gingers, man. They'll let you down. I could have told you that. Look at Andy Dalton.
Oh, they got a good look. He really got the good look. Hey, Dalton has a great career record against this player.
Yeah, great. No, he's great career. No, gingers are good in hockey. Like all the tough guys, like the Vikings have ginger beards, but a lot of gingers in other sports are kind of, you never know. They might screw it up. That's all I'm saying.
It really was a nice shot, though. Like, I thought it was going in. He didn't get a nice bounce. Like, it was a weird bounce that he got. Mulholland is the kid's name. So we're going to overtime for the NIT championship. 76-76 championship on the line. Awesome stuff with Fran Fraschilla on the call right now. All right, so there's some dramatic stuff. Guns, any opinion on this Nova game that's going on? Villanova up 45-43 right now on USC with under 8 minutes left. Man, this has been a low-scoring game.
Yeah, I took a stab at the second half. I just thought this Villanova team was a lot better. They're a good three-point shooting team, regardless of the coaching situation. I think it'd be a motivational factor just have an interim coach in there to win one for him, wherever he's going to be going next. I took Villanova for the game. There's a lot of time left on this one, but when I saw that second half and it was like -5.5 when they were down, 6 at halftime or something like that, told me that this is a good spot to be doing second half. That's what I've been doing with a lot of these favorites. If they're down in the first half, I think that it's as long as the shooting has been okay and they show a little bit of promise, you got to look at the line. If the line almost matches what the full game was, you got to go slam it and take the other side and just say Villanova's going to come back in this one. So that's what I did. I took Villanova second half. That's the play I got.
Guns pick in the house with Sent. So Guns saw the Boston Red Sox and the Orioles earlier in the week, and he's got a Duke hat on now. Red Sox fan, Cam, and Notre Dame. Guns is a big underdog fan of this small guy.
Yeah, you really like those pooches,
Red Sox,
Guns.
Duke, and Notre Dame.
What are we going to call you?
I'm a Michigan and Dodger fan, so I don't know if I might be a hypocrite.
Settle down, too. You and Guns. Frank and Frankie front runner over here. Yeah, you guys like the best.
I didn't jump on I jumped on these teams in the 80s. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah,
I
that's
had to
the
earn
thing.
my right.
Yeah, you can't hate if a team is good just because, you know what I mean? If it's a team that team you like is good.
True.
And the fact is, look, the fact is Notre Dame hasn't won a championship in forever. Duke has been 10 years, surprisingly, right? It's been, a little bit of a haul for Duke, and I think Duke will cut down the nets. But, Tommy, let's go to the other best of X here. So I'll ask you guys, I thought this was interesting. The Athletic did a study. Who's the most popular college football team in America? Guns, you're a Notre Dame fan, so who are you going to say? You going to go with the Irish, Texas, Alabama?
That's tough. I think if you went from countrywide, I would say every time I wear a Notre Dame hat, like everybody says go Irish to me. Like it's like automatic. So like Irish fans are pretty much everywhere, but I think that's more on the East Coast. So I'm gonna say Alabama as number one.
I'm gonna say Ohio State.
Oh, that's a good one too.
You say Ohio State is the. We'll hit this on the other side. So we got a break. Coming up here. So we'll let you. So Cam, you say Ohio State. It's an interesting thing. They take like ticket sales, TV ratings, whatever. And it really is like a detailed sort of graphic of like which team is the most popular team in the country. And of course, we'll get Guns' thoughts on the Final Four. Maybe, I don't know if he's betting on the women's. I know I am. We got that tomorrow. 48-47 Nova right now. That game is close. We got 6 minutes left in Vegas. Overtime has started and rolling. And in fact, we played half the OT right now, and it's 80-78 for Chattanooga with 2.5 left in overtime. We'll hit the Final Four and more on the other side, and we'll tell you who's the most popular college football team in America. Bring it.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. So overtime, big time drama right now in Indianapolis. They're diving all over the place. They're fighting for loose balls. One of the stupid rules in sports is the possession arrow instead of a jump ball. But now Irvine have the lead, guys. 81-80. Man, this is a game. 81-80. I'm glad, though, we hit the in-game over because I procrastinated forever on it. Oh, I'm going to wait for this and wait for that, and I never did, and I finally did, and it did go over the number. So 81-80 right now, and the kid just missed a free throw again. You talked about it, Guns. Long Beach are generally, Irvine are a good free throw shooting team generally, man. And I don't know if it's the pressure or whatnot, but they've missed a couple of big free throws here late in this game.
Also, they've been playing a lot of basketball. I think both teams are probably pretty tired.
Fatigue. And they're in overtime. Good call.
Because Chattanooga's a run and gun team, right? And Irvine, like one of the, I don't know. It's great game.
Mulholland finally hit one. Son of a bitch. The Ginger came through. He just hit a three.
Yeah, Ginger's rule. Yay!
But then look at this. Irvine sticks it. Irvine, the kid Che that missed one, just sticks it. Wow, yeah, what a game. 84-83, Irvine. 1 minute left in the game. Oh, Mulholland with a nice pass in the paint. The kid should have shot, but they're taking a three instead. And it goes in and out. Oh, big drama. I think the refs are doing a nice job in overtime here in the last minute of the game, too. There's a lot of bodies flying around, and they're letting the kids decide it. I like it. 84-83, Irvine with the basketball. And Chattanooga are playing it out. They're not fouling. Obviously, they're down one right now. Still 12 seconds left on the shot clock, so we'll keep you up to date with this. Oh, there's a big man on Irvine. That's got to be a foul. Irvine going to the free throw line. Up 2 with 31 seconds left. All right. Let's do Best of X Part 2 tonight. Let's roll it if you guys can. The most popular college football team in America. Hail to the victor, Wolverine.
Trick question.
The Athletic released an article today declaring that Michigan is the most popular football team in the country.
I feel pretty good to hit the exacta with you. Ohio State's number 2. There you go.
All right, so TV viewership, Google searches, social media following, home attendance, StubHub ticket sales, merchandise sales, football revenue, online wagering. I like a living alumni, not dead alumni. Living alumni. living alumni. But I do know this. I've noticed this being the Michigan fan. I've gone to games too. The ticket prices for Michigan games are like way more than they are for other games. Like I know for a fact. The most rated TV games over the last couple of years have all had Michigan in them. It's a little unfair, I'd say, Guns, with the home attendance. They got the biggest stadium, so like, you know what I mean? Like that's a little bit that's a little bit whatever. But here are the top 10. Michigan number 1, Ohio State, suck on that, Columbus number 2, Alabama number 3, the Georgia Bulldogs number 4. Texas number 5. I thought Texas would be a little bit higher. Penn State 6. Guns is getting mad. Where's Notre Dame? Tennessee 7. Notre Dame 8. LSU 9. Texas A&M 10.
Yeah, I want to recount.
Notre Dame's bigger than Tennessee is. Let's just be real.
I agree. I think they could be bigger
Notre
than
Dame's
Penn
bigger
State.
than Penn State is too.
Yes. They're in the Georgia, Texas area. 4 or 5. That's
I
where
would
they
bump
are.
to Notre Dame to 6, right after Texas.
Sure.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. I mean, I think like Penn State fans and Notre Dame fans, at least like around this area on the east side, they're pretty much hand in hand. It's like I always say, like Penn State and Notre Dame are the Spider-Man meme. Like they just point at each other. They're basically the same team almost.
And then they played each other. That's so
and then they play each other. And lo and behold, I'm the victor. You City Lions, you can. I'll see you next year. But yeah, that was. I don't agree with that list. I mean, I thought Notre Dame was maybe a 4 or 5. I didn't think they were going to go over Bama. And, of course, that rivalry with, like, Michigan and Ohio State probably weighs a little bit into that popularity vote.
For me, the two schools that I would say, I would have on this list. But listen, they went by they went by what they went by, so I can't dispute their poll, their numbers here. But I'm just stating that You're telling me that the USC Trojans aren't a top 10 popular team in the country? Come on. There's been years where USC have more money on them than other teams combined to win the championship.
Agreed.
Like USC are a big brand. Another one too that I think Texas A&M gets too much love here. Like Oklahoma are a big time program. Like they got a lot of fans, Oklahoma.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency, and this game is just insane. 85-84 Chattanooga right now, except there's only 2 seconds left. So there's 2.4 seconds left in this basketball game. It's gone back and forth in overtime, and Irvine's got to go the length of the floor here. They throw up a Hail Mary pass. He actually catches it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Did he miss
it? Oh, my
No,
God. You can't make it up.
What?
Dude,
oh my God.
Dude. Oh my God. I can't believe what I just saw. I can't believe what just happened.
I'm shocked.
It said
There's
Chattanooga won on my sports book.
There's 1.7 seconds left. They're screwed. Long Beach, Irvine need to go to length of the floor, so they're under their basket. 1.7 seconds left. Buddy just throws it up throws it down the court. The big man on Irvine catches it, and in one motion passes it to a wide open anteater right under the basket. All you had to do was just dunk it in, and he missed the shot. You believe that, Guns? Can you believe they pulled off the 2 passes in 1.7 seconds, and he got the shot off on time, and he missed it?
Oh, my God. Yeah, he had it wide open. I think he was just too open. And he got nervous, and he just kind of, just popped it up, and he hit the front rim.
Oh, my God. They just lost the NIT championship. This kid's going to be, you want to talk about being haunted. There's your boy Mulholland Cam celebrating right now. Big
Yeah, there
smile on
he
his
goes.
face.
The redhead went from like living in a trailer with many problems to a hero. It changed quick.
Wow. I lost a lot of money on it too, but this poor kid. Because normally I'm like, nah, you can't blame the kid. A lot of stuff happened in the game. But that's the type of play, Guns, where it's like, nah, you just cost our team. Like, you just cost us an NIT championship. Irvine's never won anything like this. It would have been their first big banner, guys. Like, wow. Oh,
I bet you still think about saves and stuff, Morency. I think about things that I did, hitting posts and stuff. Like this, these are things I like 30, 40 years, like many years ago, I still think about them.
And the thing is, too, guys, if you're in college and you're going to like if Cooper Flagg or someone misses a big shot, it's like Chris Webber. All right, Chris Webber had the timeout. Chris Webber also made $280 million and went out with Tyra Banks. All right, so his life wasn't over what happened in college. This poor kid on Irvine, Guns, this is it for him. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? There ain't no, I missed a shot in college, but I'm a 3-time NBA All-Star now, so yeah, whatever. It's like, no, this kid's going to be remembered as for life. Like, and like we say, Cam, like me, we always say, when this kid's working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Guns, in a couple of years, it'll be like, hey, the kid that missed that. It's like,
boy. Yeah, here's your car. He'll just chuck in the keys, right? And just think about that game forever. Like, you're not Enterprise material because you got to do it with a smile. He's going to be too rattled.
Oh, I feel bad for the kid. Oh, my God. That was such a...
That's the problem with sports, man. Some guys, like... this will affect you for a very long time.
The fact that the pass got pulled, they pulled the pass off, to me, is just unbelievable. And the fact that they did 2 passes in 1.7 seconds somehow, you'd be like, no, it's impossible. They throw it up, the center gets it, throws it to the kid. I thought the center was going to take the shot and hit it. And he's like, no, he's wide open. I'll throw it to this dude. And, oh, my God. That was some wild stuff. Okay. Duke and Houston. Oh, and for the record, the wildness continues, guys. 59-59 right now. Villanova and USC with a minute left. Wow.
These low-grade tournaments have been fantastic.
Underdogs, huh? Like UCF earlier tonight, now USC covering tonight. I thought USC sucked, Guns. I thought Nova was going to beat them by 8 or 10 tonight.
Yeah, I did too. I'm kind of shocked out, like in the situation they're in right now. They had a bad first half. That's what kind of kills them, and they still are just kind of. They get the lead. Now they're treading water. They're tied with a team. I think they're well above their pay grade, and I don't know why they're playing to the level of this competition right now. I'm kind of shocked right now. Is it because the coach isn't there anymore and they don't, having an intern coach might be
no, but they got a bunch of vets and they like this coach. Like you said, I thought they were going to play hard for this guy. They have been. They're just, give credit to USC. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get this son of a bitch to overtime. Okay, so all of our guests this week, Guns, have picked against your Duke Blue Devils for whatever reason. And I'm not seeing it. And I like this Houston team. I think Houston are really good. But I think this Duke team is great. Like, I think this Duke team is one of the better college teams that we've seen. The UConn teams were good. So, it'd be a good matchup. But, they're not there yet. But I think this Duke team is next level, actually. And, they didn't cover against Arizona. Barely. It is what it is. The spread was a little high. But, the way this Duke team is playing defensively and offensively, I think the coach is doing a great job. Defensively, it's like a wash to me, guys. You have 2 great defensive teams, but Duke are better. They have more talent on the floor in this game, and they're not soft. Like, they're going to play hard. Houston will not be able to physically intimidate them. I like your Blue Devils here, Guns. What do you think about this? Are you scared of laying the 5, or do you like it?
I'm a little bit scared of the side on it because I've just seen what Duke has done with this line right here. We're seeing it at 5.5 right now. They're 1-3 straight up in ATS as a favorite at 6 points or less this season. They lose these games outright typically. We got Clemson, Kansas, Kentucky, just to name a few. Those were the games in those situations where this line is sitting. I think Duke's going to need to create the tempo. They're going to have to play like very fast, very early to get Houston out of this game. And I think Purdue was kind of successful at doing that. They kept the game close, just couldn't finish the job. I think if you play in a slow tempo game here with Houston, that's going to be trouble for Duke. But I like the total on this one. I just think that the total is the way to go with this one, especially with Duke 6-2 to the under as a favorite of 8 points or less. Houston 4-1 to the under in their last 5 neutral games. And you have two teams that play really slow from a ranking standpoint. 268th in adjusted tempo for Duke, and Houston is 369th in adjusted tempo. So could be a slow game with two great defenses. I know Duke has a great offense, a little bit better than Houston, but Houston kind of relies on the three a little bit too much, and Duke can kind of defend that. So I think it's going to be more of a low-scoring game. Could be a close one. A little bit nervous, but I like the under in the game.
No, I think you should be. So you like the under, huh? And I get the nervousness.
Yeah, I think it.
I think this game, like 136.5 with the offense that Duke had, like, it's one of those things, Guns, like everyone thinks the other game's going to be like an absolute track meet. That's an attainable number. Like, Gabe, what do you think about that? I know that other game was 104 before that. Well, that's in the past. I think we can get there. I like that total over.
Yeah, people are hanging their hat on the 54-51 game from last year, but they're two completely different teams from last year. I personally do think it's
Duke's Houston's best scoring game in the first half, so that kind of helped. That kind of helped the other.
Houston can shoot the three, like you said. So they are better offensively. They pop threes. They still go through these little lulls where they won't score for 4 or 5 minutes, but they can put points up on the board. But I think this Duke team is a completely different team. But I do agree with you, and I don't understand. Like, Tennessee walked right into the trap, although they did try. So I'm not blaming Rick Barnes for it. But you're right, Guns. The way to beat the Houston Cougars is you just got to play. You got to run and push the ball up the court before they can set up their defense. But it's easier said than done, guys, because Tennessee was trying, and Tennessee are fast. And it was unbelievable to me how freaking fast the Houston Cougars get back on defense. You're like, one minute you're like, oh yeah, I think we got a fast break here. And it's like, no, we don't. They're all back already. Like, they really, really recover quickly, this team. So, but I got confidence that Duke can sort of trick them a little bit and get the pace going. All right, we'll wrap up with Guns on the other side, and then we'll get him out of here. We'll just get his Auburn and Florida pick. It's a 4-1 for the Calgary Flames right now over the Ducks.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
This is Sports Rage. I am Morency. NBA basketball going on. We just sort of tuned in here now that the college game is done to the Lakers. Lakers were down big. They were down 13 at the break. They're sort of hanging around. Steph Curry just hit a three. It's 71-62 right now. Midway through the third quarter of play. In-game total is 222.5. 6:42 left in the third. 71-62 for the Warriors. And meanwhile, Villanova have just defeated USC by 1 point, 60-59 final score. Wow.
Tight game.
Of course, I laid 4 points. Son of a, God, it's so frustrating. That's why, I'm really mad at myself for taking Cincinnati on the money line earlier tonight. I liked UCF plus the points, and I got turned off for whatever reason. I was like, well, UCF don't have their leading score. I think I can catch up to them now finally against Cincinnati. And I would have won the money line parlay, but we don't. It is what it is. Okay, so you like the under, and you're worried about Duke. So he's a Duke fan, but he's not overly. I get it. Houston are a dangerous team. What about the Auburn and Florida game? Who do you like in that one?
So, as much as I want to take the Florida side, I want to see the health of Broome before the game. I know he had a shoulder injury, in that game against Michigan State. Kind of went out, said, I'm done. And then all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, he's back in the game. I don't know how healthy he's going to be in this one. But I think it could be a high-scoring game. I know everybody's, maybe it's a little bit square on this one, but I can't deny what Florida has done as far as the overs are concerned. They're 8-0 to the over in their last 8 neutral games. They're 11-0 to the over in the last 11 games overall. 10-4 to the over as a single-digit favorite. And when Auburn's a dog, they're 3-0 to the over. So you have that situation here. And don't forget, these teams have already played each other. Florida won 90-81 in the first matchup. Auburn was an 11-point favorite. Now they're sitting here as a, 2.5-point dog on a neutral floor. Total was 156 in that game. Now it's 159.5. So I think even the books are thinking it's a Florida and over spot. But I like the total on this one. I think it's going to go high scoring. Give me the over 159.5.
Guns Picks in the house with us. Guns, where can people find you online?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Guns Picks channel. Go check that out. I do college basketball shows. I'm going to do one tonight. And then, of course, check me out on all social media platforms at Guns Picks, GUNZPICKS. Appreciate you having me on, Gabe, as always. And Cam, let's have some fun. Let's cash some tickets. And as always, let's keep dancing.
Hey, man, I got
good
Duke
stuff, Guns.
Let's rock.
Hell yeah.
I've got a parlay, Duke to win and the UConn women to win. Let's cash it. 73-62 for the Golden State Warriors right now. Oh, LeBron just dunked one. So they're sort of lingering here. We got a game. Going on at the Crypt. The LA Kings are looking good tonight. The Kings are up 4-1. I kind of thought this is sort of a trap night for them. Didn't bet the game, but the Kings are up 4-1 right now. Flames, Cam, they're also up 4-1. I got the Flames, but I got the under 5.5 here. I'm hoping that there's no goal, but whatever. There's still 10 minutes left. But how about the Winnipeg Jets? You said it about Comrie. They talk about them playing well with the backup goalie. That's the one thing, too. I like the Jets tonight. They were plus 130, plus 140 or whatever, plus 140, plus 135. Because Hellebuck wasn't in the lineup, but that's quite a, it's a big overreaction. Right, I thought. It was a big price here. And Vegas struggling a little bit, Cam. Okay, they come back home, they lose to Edmonton. Now, they could lose this game tonight.
Me and you played the game before. And I remember one thing, not to obviously the level these guys are, but when we had our backup goalie in, you pay more attention to details. You got to help the guy out a little bit more back checking. Everyone's got their assignments. Our starter's a better goalie. Sometimes you just take him for granted. So what the backup,
I will say this, though, Cam.
Better.
That is sort of true in a way, but I think more at the lower level. You know what I mean? It's not like if you're the goalie, if you're a goalie on the NHL team, you're good. You know what I mean? So I don't think the players are like, oh my God, we got to play better. I think the Carolina Hurricanes said that when the Zamboni driver came in. Right? You know what I mean? The Canes are like, listen, we got this guy. You know what they said. They're like, listen, he's a Zamboni driver, but he played university hockey. He can stop a puck, but let's make it a little easier for him. Let's you know what I mean, guys? Yeah, I get your point, Cam. It's true. But I'm just saying at this level, it's not like Comrie's some punk. You know what I mean?
No,
and plus, a lot of these, I will say, too, guys, and look at football. In the NFL, there's a massive drop-off from the starting quarterback to the backup quarterback. You know what I mean? There's no teams where it's like, it doesn't really make that much of a difference who the quarterback is. Very rare. Hockey, a lot of these backup goalies could be starters. We just don't know it because they're locked in behind that guy, right? You know what I mean? There's not a big drop-off, Cam. Right? Like, look at the guy. Look at the Lankinen in Vancouver. Now, he hit a wall a little bit. He's gotten sick lately, but, like, dude, he was like third or fourth string on the Nashville Predators. They gave him up for nothing to Vancouver. They're like, you want him? Sure, take him. Like, and look, the kid just played 50, 60 games this year and played pretty well. Like, and it's like,
Every
okay.
night. Wall or Stolarz? They're going, one night, we should start Wall in the playoffs. Stolarz is better. Wall, like, it's one of those things. It's like 1A and 1B. You're right. Like, in the backups, a lot of the time, these guys, they have a lot to prove. I couldn't agree more. Like, a lot of Lankinen was a good.
I called it for a couple of years with Montembeault and Jake Allen. I was like, dude, just play Montembeault. He's better than Allen, and he's going to be the goalie anyway soon. Just play him. And look, now you're playing him, and you cost less money. But so I'm just saying, like, the goalie stuff. People always think, too, like, with you hear it all the time, and it's very cliche. A classic example, Cam, was the Four Nations. Anytime I heard someone talk about the Four Nations, and they would bring up Binnington first. Well, you know, Canada's been, I'm like, guys, you know, there's more to it than just that. And I've said this for years, and I know for a fact it to be true. You don't need a star goalie to win a Stanley Cup. You need a hot goalie to win the Stanley Cup.
Look at the King. So look at Vegas, Aiden Hill, all those guys.
Yeah, Thompson and Hill, dude, and the French kid, Barry or whatever the kid's name is. There was three of them that played. Literally, they had three goalies playing the playoffs, and it was each guy came in, they'd win. All right, the other guy's sick, hurt, new guy in, Brosson. Whatever, dude. Like, they all played well. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Cam Ward, you go through the list. Like, if you actually look at it, guys, all right, the star goalies in the modern era, who won a cup? Carey Price didn't win a cup. Dominic Hasek didn't win a cup. Like, it's more like just being hot at the right time. Like, Cam Ward got hot at the right time.
First time on a casino floor and feeling a little overwhelmed? Well, here's a tip. Lots of machines have a free demo mode you can try for practice. So give those slots a spin in practice mode before you start putting down some real cash. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
78-68 for Golden State, 3:33 left. Wild night of college basketball tonight, guys. Oh, my God. If you didn't see the end of the Irvine game, I know for people tuning in, it was quite a ride as we were following. But if you didn't see it, just check out the ending, the last play. It was one of those, like the last minute type thing. Whatever, the whole game. But like the last 3 minutes of the game, the last minute of the regulation was wild. The overtime was crazy. And then the last second of overtime, like it was like, how is that even possible that this just happened? Like, how did so much stuff happen in 1.7 seconds? But it did. It's just one of those, like, it's one of the craziest endings to any basketball game ever. And it would have been the best ending to an NIT championship ever, probably. Like, it literally would have been just like, oh, my God, they just won with zero. Like, it would have just been this crazy. And it wasn't like a Hail Mary three-point shot, like the sequence that happened. And then Villanova just won by 1 point against USC. So USC did cover the number, and so did Chattanooga, and so did UCF earlier. So the underdogs are 3-0 today. Just quickly about the goalies, too, about having a hot goalie. A good example is last year, the Vancouver Canucks. They lost all their goalies, and they ended up with the Seelovs kid. And Seelovs had played like 13 games in the NHL or whatever, and he played in Abbotsford in the AHL, and he had played in the World Championships before. And I think he won a medal, actually, with Latvia, a big upset. So he had played in big games before, but he really wasn't respected in NHL circles. He was like, yeah, whatever, dude. He's just a dab on the AHL team, and we can, he's a body. So he comes in. If you remember, Cam, he was awesome. Like, people got Seelovs fever. Hell, I mean, this kid, like, robbed, like, he was amazing against Nashville. And then against Edmonton, he started to hit the wall a little bit. He started to get tired. Dude, this year, I mean, he's one step away from being the janitor down at the arena. Like, he's like he's a forgotten man. They're like, yeah, he's really not that good. Like, he was just hot. But that's my point. He was just hot, right? And it was like, yeah, you can just get hot as being a goalie. You got to be on a good team, though. Like, you know what I mean? A hot goalie and a combo, you can win. I got to tell you, like, right now, if I had to pick, and everyone's sort of all over the place with this stuff, but I'm going to say that it's a NASCAR final, Cam. Dallas versus Carolina.
I'm going to be honest with you. That would make me sick.
That's my pick. I know. That's why. It will make people sick. And I'll full disclosure, I openly say that I hope there's 2 Canadian teams that play in the final. I want to box everybody out.
Yeah, we need 1. 2 would be great. And my Stanley Cup final, I already did the exact bet. I have Dallas playing the Toronto Maple Leafs, but we'll see what happens. The NASCAR,
no team from Canada will win the Cup this year, though.
No.
I'd say the Leafs probably have the best chance out of all of them, though. The Canadians are going to make the playoffs. They're not going to win the Cup, the Canadians. Like, they won't make the Cup. I think the Canadians could upset the Capitals in the first round, though. Right? Like that, it'll be a battle for the Capitals. It won't be easy. So, but yeah, the Canadians, whatever. Like, they could win a series, but I think they would lose in the second round, even if they beat the Capitals. I don't think they have it in them. The Tampa Bay Lightning, I do respect. I think the Lightning are going to be a super tough out in the playoffs. The Maple Leafs have to be, the Maple Leafs are really good, but their postseason success in the past is null. Like, it's hard to buy into them.
I will say this about Montreal too, Gabe. Historically, take a look at what the Montreal Canadiens do to Washington. Washington doesn't like playing these guys. They've, like, for years, even when the Canadiens weren't good, they have a couple of teams.
They've never played.
Yeah,
they've never played in a meaningful game
season,
before.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, it's just like even in the regular season, I don't know what it is about Montreal. There's certain teams that, they got Florida's number. The Montreal's scary right now. Like, I'm watching these guys in the room. They just look very confident, happy. They're having fun playing the game. It's just, hockey, man. You get hot guys and a hot goaltender, anything can happen in that game. It's different.
It'll be a high-scoring series if the Canadians and the Capitals played. There would be goals. That's the whole thing with that matchup for the Canadians. It's not a bad matchup for them, just because Washington will want to score, but the physicality would be a problem, I think, for the Canadians. That'd be the issue again. What's the thing with Washington? A couple of years ago, Washington were kind of soft, right? If you guys remember, like they were getting pushed around a bit and stuff, and they made a conscious effort to, like, you know what? Let's get tougher and meaner as a whole. They've always been kind of dirty, but now, like, if you watch a Washington Capitol game, like, they're the most physical team in the NHL.
Oh, yeah.
Like, every game they play in, they're just running people over. There's fights, scrums. They're playoff ready. Other than that, you're on your own later.